Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be closing out the fourth and final budget by paycheck for the month of September. I am going to talk about all of the allocations, giving every dollar an assignment. I do a zero-based budget if you're new here, so every single cent is going somewhere. Nothing is going to be withheld because we need to make sure our money is working for us and not against us. So I'm going to jump in and zoom in as close as I can. I have to turn my book, y'all, because it's easier for me to write, and I hope I'm close enough for you guys to see clearly. So it is raining. I live near an airport, and it is overcast today, like it is gray. Of course, the sun is not shining, so I hope that you're not against the, pitter-patter of the rain. You might hear an airplane go by every now and then, and I hope my flash and my light is bright enough. So all that being said, let's jump right in now. The actual income that we're working with is $9.91 and 50 cents, so less than what we planned, but it's okay. We're going to still give each dollar an assignment. 10% of the income is going to our giving. We do give every single week, but instead of 110, it's going to be 100. I just rounded that number up. Makes things easier, and giving is important to me. The top priority this week reads, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops, and that comes from Proverbs 3 verses 9 and 10. So giving this week is still going to be $100. So we're starting with $991.50 minus 100 leaves us with $891 and 50 cents to work with. My automatic savings has not changed. That's still $75. We know that that has to come out on the top because we like to pay ourselves first. The cushion is going to get $1.50, and our emergency fund got $25 already. So 100 plus this 150 brings us to $101.50 for our savings for this week, which you couldn't see. Sorry. So for savings, $75, $150, and $25 brings us to $101.50. Now moving down to investing, this is automatic, so we're going to leave behind $35 for my Fidelity IRA to take out to be invested automatically, and then $30 is going to Robinhood. So this is the same at $65. That's not changing. For purpose funds, I wanted to put money towards Christmas and household. I really did. It was something that I really thought I could do this week, but because we know we needed to get at least something in the emergency fund this month, I had to put the money there. So nothing in Christmas, nothing in household this week. All right, and then we're going to move down to cash. I did pull out $100 in cash. It's right next to me here. I'm going to be doing a video hopefully today, cash stuffing on Tasha's money and stuff. So out of the $100 that I pulled out, I need to put $25 into the laundry envelope, $10 going into my wallet. The kids' payroll still needs to get $30. That is the plan. And then I have some new challenges that I can't wait to start, that I've had in my arsenal for a while. So that's a total of $100. How I broke it down, I do have some rollover money because I took out cash last week that I didn't cash stuff, and then also I had some unspent money like sitting in my wallet, and I did some bottle returns. So I may have more than this if you watch me cash stuff on that channel, but I'll explain it more over there. Okay, so for bills and expenses, the rent that I'm putting aside this week is still going to be $475. I'm saving more. For debt, I wanted to put $250, but I'm just going to put $150 because of course we had a little less income to work with. Life insurance, the money that we have in our brick and mortar bank where the life insurance is automatically drafted from already has enough money in it, so nothing being transferred from this income because it's already there, and we are ahead of our life insurance. So I forgot to keep the total as I was going, but $475 plus $150 equals $625. right? That is our total for bills and expenses. So we'll go back and start at the beginning. I had $9.91.50, subtracting $100 for giving, $101.50 for savings, then $65 being left behind for investing, $100 that I pulled out in cash, minus 100. That leaves us with $625, and that's how much we put towards our bills this week, $625. So boom, we have a zero-based budget. Now, zoom back out, and I'm going to turn it straight up and down to see if I can write well. $9.91 with 50 cents, and we used every single dollar. So our cushion is really low at this point. We do have money in there that's going to sit for next week's investing, because this is not for this week. This is for next week, which is the first week of October, but that's okay. We'll work on it. I did not hit my goal. I do need to close out my September budget. I want to go over everything. I'll do that in a separate video. And I already made all of the money moves that I needed to make, I think. I did. No, I didn't. I paid the debt. So the debt is paid. I can check that off. I did pull out the cash. I have the cash here. This is automatic, so that's as good as done because it's sitting in the account. I will transfer $100 to our tithe account. 75 stays behind. 150 is obviously staying behind because that's our cushion, and the emergency fund already got its $25. So before I finish making my money moves, I need to check on my giving, savings, and investing percentages. 100 was what we gave, divided that into $9.91.50. I don't know why she's grunting like that. 10% is what we gave. Savings was $101.50, divided into $9.91.50, multiplied by 100 is 10.2%. And investing, she just finished our bottle. I don't know if you can hear my 7-month-old baby, but girl, I think she's having fun trying to clear her throat. Investing, we did 65, right? Divided into $9.91.50, multiplied by 100, a 6.5%. Okay. It's a little higher this week. My goal is 5% invested right now, at least 5%. But the income is a little bit less, but we're keeping it the same. These automatic things, investing is automatic. Savings, for the most part, is automatic, and we're keeping it. So that's that. I need to go ahead and make my money moves. I'll probably just show you on the screen because I'm not going to be able to do like how I used to record my screen and do all of that. So everything is done. Tithing is done. The automatic savings is there, and $475 was put aside for next month's rent and extra. There's extra there. All right, so now we move on to my expense tracker because I need to go ahead and make sure I update this before we move on. So we had 150 and 21 is where we ended, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of what happened. So it'll be easier when I come back to close out my September budget to see exactly where we are. All right, so the first transaction after this last one on the 19th was $25 being taken out from Fidelity, and that was on the 23rd. So 150.21 minus 25 brings us to 125.21. And then the next transaction was $30 being taken out from Robinhood on the 24th. 125 minus 30 equals $95.21. Okay, so then I made a $20 payment to my Quicksilver card that posted on the 24th also. This was off this is just from the cushion. I did not plan this in the budget. I just did it one day because I said, let me just put an extra payment. And I'll talk more about that when I track expenses on the credit card in the next video. So $20. This was a debt payment. So that brings us to $75.21, and I'll just keep my calculator updated. $75.21. Now next after that was the $10 that Fidelity took out. There are two separate automatic rules going on for Fidelity for me, because I didn't want to change the first one because it would have changed the date. It would have thrown me way off. So I just added an additional transfer of $10 so that it totals $35 coming out every single week. And this is for investing. So minus 10 brings us to $65.21. I hope I did that right, because I feel like my numbers are off. Then there was a deposit from a brick and mortar bank, and this is for income. So okay, and that was $901.39. So the $901.39 is basically minus the $25 that we sent to the emergency fund, because that's already coming from this bank. So $966.60. And next is a $100 withdrawal I did in cash. So that's ATM cash withdrawal. And 966.60 minus 100 brings us to $866.60. Then there was a withdrawal to tithe and give, because I do make sure I did that today. So that's our tithe, and that brings us to $766.60. And then withdrawal to miscellaneous, which is the rent portion of the rent that we put aside. And so when you subtract that, you get $291.60. Now my numbers are showing I have 10 cents more than what's on the online bank says. My online bank says $291.50 and not $291.60. I don't know where I was off with 10 cents. Somewhere last week that probably happened, or they took money from me and didn't realize. I don't know what happened, but it's about the same. I'm not going to fuss about 10 cents right now. So our current balance as of today is showing $291.50 in the account. So $291.50. Now that will cover what we've already planned for next week. Our automatic savings, automatic transfers this week that haven't hit yet. And that would be $40 going to wellness, clothing, food, and transportation. And then next week, $65 coming out for Fidelity. And oh, the $150 for the debt payment has not come out yet. So we're looking at about $36 after our investment, savings, and everything else is taken care of. So we'll just hold fast to that. I did make the payment towards the debt, but it didn't come out yet. I'm still going to write it here just so I can see it. I made a $150 payment towards debt, and that is for the Quicksilver credit card. So $291.50. Well, I have 60, so let me just do that so I don't confuse myself. 150, 141.60. Let me just make a correction. Okay, $141.50. Okay, so $141.50 is what I'm showing on my expense tracker, so I know already that we have more than enough to take care of next week's transactions, and then we'll be good to go to set up our October budget now, because we know how we're ending the month of September minus interest that would hit on this account, because it's in a quote-unquote high-yielding checking account. So it does pay us a little bit of something. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye to you now. I really appreciate you for being here for as long as you were. I am going to go through my entire monthly budget for September and see how we stood, what we did, what we were able to take care of. Did we hit any goals? And did we really increase our savings? Let's go and check that out and make sure. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Make sure you continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here.